This is a YouTube content creator, small YouTuber, and of course, your social media influencer, Sotero. Okay, I'm doing now is really to have a vlog regarding particles in chemistry. So you love this, right? A lot of particles we encountered in our daily life, right? From morning till night. Name it. Okay, so for example, we see sugar in our kitchen, salt, then those are particles. Okay, and then not only that, there are also particles that we see around us, the floor. Floor is also a particle. If we try to break that down and it will produce a fragments or whatever, okay, it's become particles. Okay, when it will be broken down into pieces, something like the particles will be there. Though it is just very compact, but that's composed of particles. Also, the chair, composed of particles. Oh, name it. Everything around us, composed of particles. Okay, you understand? Okay, now we need to talk about the basic. Nom sa ko coffee, guys. Okay. Bigla-biglaan kaya akong ano eh. I planned, but I never organize my topics. My gosh. Anyhow, this is a personal vlog, right? You don't have to be perfect. Okay? Unless this is a training, whatever, you have to be systematized. But here, this is only a personal vlogging. It's not an issue that your content will be disorganized a little bit or whatever. So it's up to you to listen or not. Okay? Then it's your choice. As long as I can share academic information regarding chemistry, then that's it. Fine. I'll be totally fulfilled from that. Okay? Okay. Chemistry particles. Of course, we will start with very familiar. Okay? Familiar kayo siya, guys, because this is, we're starting from the larger and then the smaller. Okay? Something like that. And then this is not only, I think this is useful for everybody, right? But what I'm telling, this is very useful in BS chemistry students, BS chemical engineering students, BS pharmacy, BS medical technology, and also doctor of medicines. Okay, a lot of chemistry there. Okay, so we have first matter. Okay, so matter. Love is all that matters, faithful and forever. Okay, so matter. Okay, then after that, we have the molecule. Okay, familiar, right? Molecule, we have the atom, and then the last will be the mole. But actually, there are a lot pa siya, guys, ha? But I don't have to go into details. A lot pa after some moles. Okay, so many. For example, positron, baryon, mesons, like that, alpha particles, beta particles, gamma particles, laser particles, the photon, okay, the light particles emitted by the light, photon, like that, electrons, protons, like that, neutrons, or whatever. There's still a lot after more, but that's not our topic, that is for nuclear chemistry. Okay? Or nuclear transmutation. Get the point? Okay. Here is only discussing the chemistry of particle, the larger particles para talaga siya. Okay? So, and then later, upat naman siya. Okay? So, matter. The definition of matter is very, very common and widely accepted all over the world. Okay, this is anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay, I memorized this when I was in grade school or elementary level. So, anything occupies space and has mass. Okay? So, anything that's matter. The chair, my laptop, my mobile phone, my food, my refrigerator, my fluorescent, my cabinet, my pictures, okay, my spoon, my plates, and everything around me are composed of matter because that is anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay, so other books and references using weight instead of mass. Anything that occupies space and has weight, but actually is just the same. Okay, unless you try to modify your reference. Because if you speak about weight, that's considering the pull of the gravity, gravitational force on the earth, on the ground. So gravity, because me, I rather use mass rather than the weight. There's an issue a little bit, but it's just the same. Okay? Like that, but I would rather use the most precise, which is the mass, so that there will be no issue in gravity. You got the point? The reference is always the earth when we mean of, weight. No, mass. Because if outside Earth, there's a gravity issue in the moon, in the Mars, in the Neptune, in the, a lot of planets in the universe, their gravity. So you can never say anymore, matter occupies space and has mass. So wait na. Okay? You have to modify your definition there. If you are riding in an airplane or whatever, in the universe, in a jet plane, in a missile, whatever. Okay, you get the point. That's why I always use mass instead of weight. Okay, or else I will be using the acceleration due to gravity. The 9.81 meter per second squared and the 32.2 feet per second squared. And I don't have to do that. It adds complication in my brain cells and in our brain cells in general. Okay, so we have this definition of matter, is very clear. Number 2 is molecules. Okay, what do you mean by a molecule? It is a larger unit than an atom, okay, that composed of 2 or more atoms. Okay, so or we can say directly, larger unit that composed of 2 or more atoms combined together, something like that. Okay, I don't have to write because my pencil pen are not really that good in visibility. Visibility. Unclear. Okay, so ganun lang siya for the molecules. For example, one molecule of water composed of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Okay, meaning one molecule of water, referring to a compound, something like that. You get the point? For example, sugar, table sugar, so sucrose. So 1 mole of sucrose composed of 12 atoms of carbon, 22 atoms of hydrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen. That is a molecule, 1 molecule of sucrose. Something like that, or sugar, table sugar, or the refined sugar, or the sugar cane, like that. So, that is an atom. Number 4, mole. What is a mole? Again, over and over again. You should master this if you're taking up chemical engineering, basic chemistry, blah, 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 so on and so, related to science. Okay, a mole is a unit of measure of a substance. Okay, is a unit of measure of a substance. And you can also delete the word measure because it's just totally the same. When you say a unit, that's already a measurement. So you can modify your definition as is a unit of the amount of a substance because unit is always a measurement. Understood? So, or say it perfectly, it doesn't matter. Okay? You get the point. It is a unit of the amount of substance, or it is a unit of measure of the amount of substance, and that is a mole, M-O-L-E. Okay? For example, again and again and again, if a question in the future will say, blank is a unit of the amount of a substance, then your answer is not a matter, it's not a molecule, it's not an atom, but a mole. M-O-L-E, because it's somewhere confusing, guys, especially in the balancing of chemical equation. Some will interpret that it is really an atom, a mole, like that. Okay? What you are trying to balance in the chemical reaction is not a mole. It is the atoms that you are trying to balance because of the law of conservation of mass in chemistry. There's no law of conservation of mole. You get a point? It is always law of conservation of mass that states that the total number of atoms in the reactant should always equal to the total number of atoms in the product. So it will be equilibrium with each other at steady state condition wherein time is independent. We are not taking into consideration the time here. If we speak about equilibrium or chemical equilibrium or steady state flow or steady state chemical reaction. And I thank you. Okay, going back to this. It's very clear, right? In chemistry, we let that a letter, a small letter N. Okay? In atom, it doesn't mean because we don't have to abbreviate it as a small letter A. It's always an atom, right? Okay? Like that. Okay? In molecule, it's not also. It's always a mole, guys. Okay? In matter, it's not also. Matter, liquid, solid, and gas. Okay? Three phases of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. I hope you like this, guys. So you can subscribe right to the channel if you like and click the notification bell for some news updates of a young senior eternal voice. Bye-bye. God bless everybody.